Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Can we talk about Gem and the Holograms? Yes, here we are again. Can we talk about podcast being broadcast directly into your brain room through your ear receptors, filling you with visions of something out of a music video in this series, that most neon of nightmares, showcasing the actions of that most pink of ladies, Kristen. This is a podcast where we explore all that is related to and is encompassing of
I like both.
Gem and the Holograms.
Oh god, Jim.
80s cartoon air quotes classic, of course. I am merely a sound wave. My name is Joe.
I'm the feedback you can't get rid of. I'm Kristen.
How's that? Yeah, alright. And we are experiencing Gem and the Holograms via Gem and the Holograms, a truly outrageous complete series box set from Shout Factory and the wonderful world of Netflix. Kristen, it has been literally one day since we recorded the last episode, but how is Netflix going?
Well, I'm pulling back the curtain. We're refilling our queue currently. Netflix is fine. I was watching the episode again as I was just packing now. Because I'm leaving again. Next episode we will not be in the same room.
We had a good run.
Yep.
So our foray into Gem this week, Kristen, is called Father's Day, and it gives us a little look into what Pizzazz's deal is. It's an episode mostly about like video and Clash, and Pizzazz and Kimber's there. She's just like, I want the episode.
I need an episode.
It's a Kimber episode, right?
It's been a while.
It's been 2 episodes. I think it's time for a Kimber episode.
Weirdly enough, nothing about Ba Nee in this episode.
Yeah, did we discuss that last episode? Or did we just discuss it in general of Father's Day not having any sort of Ba Nee relation to it? Because, I mean, it's like they basically... There's not even a mother figure in Starlight Mansion because they're too busy hanging out with video.
Yep, no one cares. Like... But they are with a bunch of foster children, orphans. No, they're like, oh, maybe we should be mothers to our foster children.
For Father's Day.
For Father's Day, why not? There are no male figures around to fill the void.
Oh, maybe Rio was just kind of hanging... Rio's not in this episode, so maybe he's just hanging out at Starlight Mansion being like...
I'm your dad!
Being like, I'm going to teach you how to play football real quick. Just, alright, all the orphans line up.
Who wants to know how to learn lights?
You, Deirdre, you're tall. You're going to be a tailback, alright? And you, Ba Nee, you're going to be... You look like you're quick, so you're running, and then it goes on, and all of them are like, what?
Is Ba Nee the quarterback?
What? No, Ashley's the quarterback because didn't she throw something really well in Glitter and Gold? Throw something at Clash? Did you do something like that? Why am I remembering that wrong?
I don't remember.
Alright. It's gonna be emotional because, these episodes are always overly dramatic? Is this episode a little over dramatic?
Yeah, we get a couple of those.
There's going to be some questions, too, about, whether things are burned or not, but we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So let's just, enjoy the theme song as it stands, and when things come back, we will Father's Day.
We will Father's Day.
Me and my friends are Gem girls. Gem is my name. Exciting adventure, fashion, and fame. Once you're a Gem girl, you're never the same. Come on and be a Gem girl. Gem is my name. Me and my friends are Gem girls. Gem is my name. Truly outrageous, that's a Gem girl. Glamour, fashion, and fame. Exciting adventure, fashion, and fame. Once you're a Gem girl, you're never the same. Come on and be a Gem girl. Gem is my name.
So we start off, Kristen, written by Roger Slifer, your friend and ours. It's been a bit of a time. Kinda. I mean, Intricate the Indy 500 wasn't that long ago, but we all... Last Resorts will always be in my heart, much like the song at the end of this episode here.
Of course.
I'm walking through the various seasons with Last Resorts.
You and Last Resorts together forever, carved on a
On a tree. So we start off with the holograms. They are recording a music video for When It's Only Me and the Music, which dance is not involved here. And Kristen, at least maybe it's me, when I think of When It's Only Me and the Music, I think of dance. That is my connection there. That's Dance's song, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, sure. When you are with yourself, hanging out with music, it's great. But are you poetry in motion unless you're dance?
That's true, because they're not exactly poetry in motion, they're stationary in motion.
Yeah, they're on an oscillating circle.
They're standing on a spinny record like it's Glitter and Gold, and it's like a really shitty version of Glitter. I mean, they're wearing the Glitter and Gold outfits, so maybe they're trying to recreate what happened in the Glitter and Gold video to When It's Only Me and the Music.
Make the magic happen again video.
I don't know. And they kind of spin by. Video says, that's a wrap! And they all finish up, and Kristen, a weird thing happens with the animation here, where there's a shot of, I believe it's Aja and Shayna kind of like sliding in at like kind of a diagonal angle, like they're on the spinning record platform. And then Rhea does it after they say that's a wrap, and she goes, thanks, video, and then Jem walks in from the right side of the screen at a completely flat angle, like at a complete, like, horizontal motion.
Where did you come from?
Rhea flew into space, Kristen.
Ah!
Some mustache man is just like, this is your best music video yet?
Thanks, guy whose opinion we value.
So Jem walks over to Video and is like, oh, it's all thanks to Video. Her vision is our image in, she's behind the camera, Kristen.
Well, yeah, does she do all of the set decoration? Does she do the makeup and choose the costumes? It's all Video!
And Jem is just like, Video, if you need our help with anything, we will be happy to oblige. And Video, wasting...
Well, now that you mention it.
Wasting no time. It's just like, I just wish I could have a suggestion for what to get my father for Father's Day.
Perhaps a visit from some famous celebrities.
Who will write a song for him.
So, the chain of suggestion begins.
Yeah, Rhea is just like, oh, well, why don't we get your dad the gift of Jem and the Holograms? Consulting nobody.
Yep.
Jem is just like, why don't we write the music and Video can do a film about it?
A video, maybe?
No, a film, because her name is Video, Kristen.
Yes, I know.
And then Shayna and Aja come in, and they're like, oh, and we can get clips of us and our fathers. And Kristen, bit of an awkward thing here. The two awkward moments in this episode where it's just like, well, wait, what? Aja and Shayna are foster girls, much like the former Starlight girls, essentially.
Yeah, so we can assume, who knows what circumstances they grew up in, but the idea that they're just both, like, cavalier, like, oh yeah, we totally have video of our family. I'm sorry, film of our family.
Video's part of everyone's family, Kristen.
I don't want video in my family.
Kimber's lagging behind here, and you can tell that she's not too enthused about the situation. She's wearing a pretty serious sourpuss here.
Yeah, dumb baby never got over the fact that her dad died. Pretty recently, in all things considered.
We fade to Jem and Kimber at this point. Or, excuse me, it's Jerrica and Kimber. No, it's Jem and Kimber, and then she turns into Jerrica while driving the Rockin' Roadster again.
Again, that's not safe. We can't do that.
Don't transform in a blinding flash of light and drive, kids.
It's definitely not safe.
Kimber is still sulking, and Jerrica's like, well, what's going on? Kimber, why the long face?
What could you possibly be upset about?
And Kimber tries to explain away her clear discomfort with, I don't know how I feel about this video thing, because it doesn't...
You mean the film thing?
The film thing. the film thing for Video. Because it doesn't mesh with our musical careers, there's no reason to do it.
Jerrica just ice cold strip is like, you're selfish, Video is our friend, we're gonna do it.
Kristen, the holograms, I mean, it's fine for all the holograms to be like, oh yeah, we can help, and we'll put in film. This is gonna be a problem.
Yes,
we'll put in film of ourselves with our parents, but when Jem is like, we'll write a song, Jem is saying, I'm going to make Kimber write a song.
Yeah. I'm going to hold Kimber's emotions hostage until she writes the song dealing with the death of our father.
Kimber don't want none of it, but Jerrica pulls a Kimber Benton, I am talking to you, and like grabs her shoulder as they try to like go into Starlight Mansion, and she's just like, there were old home movies in the attic, just go get them.
Cool. I have important things to do, we can't do that for some reason. You're upset, go do labor for me.
Kristen. Kristen. There are home movies in the attic of Emmett Benton. And various other things, personal affects from Emmett Benton. Kristen.
Yes?
The original Starlight Mansion burned down in the first episode.
They saved the things. All of them. Thank God.
Howard Sands flew in and was just like, all of these personal items go to my attic.
I got it. Oh, thank God there was a fireproof shield over all these important things.
So Kimber's in the attic of Starlight Mansion here. Again, looking at a box that says Dad on it, and opens it up, there's like a...
Did Emmett Benton label it that way?
There's like a baseball trophy in it, and she picks up his like monogrammed smoking jacket, and then just like starts crying into it as There's Something Is Missing in My Life starts playing.
It probably smelled like mothballs.
Probably did. Song number 1 of the evening, Something Is Missing in My Life. Kristen.
Remember when the song was about a pair of earrings?
Kristen.
Now it's about a dead dad!
Kristen, this song works in a much better context when it's about something emotional and not, oh, I don't have my earrings.
What? I lost the thing that's so important to me. Those goddamn earrings!
Do you think Jerrica had a very similar, like, mini episode like this in adventure in China where she couldn't get over the fact that her earrings were lost, that Kimber is having, that she can't get over the fact that her dad is dead.
Do you think those earrings were symbolic for Emmett Benton?
Oh my god. Something is missing
In my life.
There's sepia memories of the pool and Kimber's young, and I got confused really quick because I was like, why does Kimber have brown hair? But no, it's sepia.
Let's not forget the past. Baby!
Let's not forget that Kimber started playing guitar at a very young age.
She's musically talented, we know.
Yeah, thanks, Synergy.
Oh, and you know what we revisit?
On a bus, walking down the street.
On a bus, walking down the street, the song that started, what becomes a trend fairly soon.
Visual lyrics?
Telling, not showing.
Telling, not showing. Telling and showing.
Telling and showing. Which is overkill.
Yes. You could get on a bus walking down the street, but you could just have Kimber kind of looking longingly at a picture. You don't need to see her getting off a bus walking down the street.
Yeah, she exits the bus and begins walking. They could have just shown her on the bus.
She walks to a performance of Kristen. There's an odd moment here. So, Gem and the Holograms are playing, but it's not the full lineup of Gem and the Holograms, as Rhea is not here.
I guess, yeah, Rhea isn't involved in Kimber's sad flashbacks.
This isn't a memory, though, either, because it's Emmett is off to the side, and he's clapping, and Gem is there, which he died before Gem existed, so she's seeing a vision of Emmett Benton clapping from the side.
In my perfect world, Rhea isn't there.
Kimber's playing guitar at this point, Kristen.
I guess this is when it was Kimber and the Hologram.
And Aja and Shayna don't have their instruments!
The Benton sisters! Wow!
With Aja and Shayna, we're here too!
We play tambourine!
Emmett turns away, the phantom of Emmett turns away, and Kimber runs off stage after him as, again, the music is just, it's so very dramatic, she's out. I'm surprised it's not raining at any point in this song.
Right.
Because it should be. It's just, why? Because we gotta see that she's crying.
Mm-hmm.
We can't see rain because she's too busy crying as something is missing in her life.
Yeah, it can't be that it's raining on her face.
So, Kimber grabs the film canisters, and they go downstairs and set up the projector. Jerrica says to Kimber that video and the holograms are already here. Jerrica, the holograms live at the mansion.
Wow, that was fast. I'm so glad you guys... Well, they went there without them.
You know what? You're right. But how did they get back?
Maybe they went with video to... Where did Shayna and Aja go to go get their tapes? That's where they had to be, right?
Presumably?
Do they have, like, a time capsule buried in the backyard?
They gotta go to the archives and read up on...
They have to go into the cave.
zoning laws.
Go into the cave.
Gotta go into the salt mine where all the videos
almost
being
get crushed by a giant rolling bowl.
All the film is being preserved, excuse me.
Yeah, video is not being preserved in the salt mine.
Video expounds at this point that this is all for a Father's Day banquet, which... Sure. It's a cartoon. Mulberry seems like it's a nice place, and if they have a Father's Day banquet, fuck it, sure.
I think of banquets as, like, for the 4th of July or something.
Yeah. And I don't want to look for it. Is Mulberry in California?
Does it exist?
Does Mulberry exist? According to Google Maps, Kristen, it does not look like Mulberry, California exists.
Yeah, we did an embarrassing amount of Googling just now that you guys did not hear. So they're going to a suburb in California, apparently.
A fake suburb in California is where they'll be going. As they have the projector set up here, Jerrica is like, oh, somebody turn off the lights. And Kimber's like, oh, I will, because I'm not watching this shit. I got better things to do with my time. And then fucking stone cold bitch.
Ice cold.
Stone cold bitch Jerrica is just like, yeah, like write the song for video.
And Kimber's like, fuck you, and leaves.
And Shannon's just like, what's going on with her?
And why doesn't anyone pause to think, maybe she's upset because of her dead dad who died fairly recently?
Something is missing in my life comes back here as Kimber peeks in from the door. And again, this is like the third or fourth time that she cries in this episode.
She does a lot of waterworks.
Yeah, a lot of waterworks in this episode, and she just, watching the home movies. And then we fade to Pizzazz having dad problems of her own, Kristen.
We're attempting, brace yourselves, to give Pizzazz some backstory and character.
And not just be she is a demon given life.
Yeah.
She's trying to get the attention of her father, who is not really paying attention. He's just he's too busy doing business.
Work.
Work. Hello, boys. Missed you.
Exactly.
And she's just like, what do you want for Father's Day? And he's just like, what? No, I gotta get some Arabian horses. So,
I can't do anything for Father's Day. If you get me a present, just don't spend too much money, okay?
Because it's my money.
Because it's my money. And Pizzazz, God, I love her, goes, Daddy, I am a famous rock star. I have my own money.
But, given the option...
Of course.
She would spend her father's money. Pizzazz screams one of her Pizzazz screams as she walks in on, I guess, the Misfits are just kind of hanging out. They got
like they usually do. They don't have their own houses. They just live at Kimber Mansion.
They're all just kind of hanging out and they're waiting for Mac to come in going, guys, big news!
Yeah, basically. They're in their sitcom place waiting for something to happen, and happen it does.
Because Clash is just like, well, why don't we go out to Mulberry? You know, it's where I grew up. It's such a nice place. And then Pizzazz with the line of the episode?
It's close.
Mulberry? That sounds like a new soda for wimps.
There are wimpy sodas. That's just a fact, Joe.
Fucking Shasta.
Ugh.
Can't stand up for itself.
Please.
Clash expounds that about the Father's Day banquet, essentially, to them. And Pizzazz, we find, much like how Roxy can't read, Pizzazz doesn't quite understand the concept of
familial relationships?
Paternal love?
Yeah, it's actually kind of sad. The way that, Pizzazz is like, who would ever go to a Father's Day banquet? That's ridiculous. And Clash is like, my dad adores me. And Pizzazz, in complete disbelief, is like, nobody's dad adores them. What
the fuck are you talking about?
That's crazy.
But this is just intriguing enough, because she's probably just like, I wonder if Clash doesn't know what love means.
Let's go see that she's wrong and then kick her down in the dirt.
So they all head off to Mulberry, basically, and the rest of the Misfits are none too pleased. Their reaction is basically, oh.
We were watching TV. You were eating mac and Cheetos.
So we fade to Mulberry. The Misfits are driving. We see the Misfits van, again, for the first time in a very long time.
Which is weird, because they drive something else later.
That's true. Whatever the Misfits van!
It wasn't as cinematic for the music video, I guess.
They pull up in front of Clash's house, which is purple, which I read Roger Slifer wanted Clash's family to basically reflect her, that they're all very eccentric people.
Purple assholes.
Purple assholes, much like Clash herself, and Pizzazz comments on Clash's father having quite good taste with this purple house here.
I'm intrigued by this suburb. Continue.
Clash is reunited with her father, named Buzz, and she basically, it's like, oh...
They could have called him Bang.
Bang and Clash?
Yeah, Bang and Clash.
That's terrible.
I love it.
Did you notice, Kristen, Buzz does not refer to Clash as Constance once in the episode?
Yeah. He's cool with just calling her Clash. That's a cool dad thing. They
kind of switch between... Video's parents switch between Video and Vivian, so...
Yeah. She doesn't mind being called Vivian.
I'm sure. That's just, hey, it's a nickname. Where Clash is like, no, I'm Clash.
I just did hang loose to her hands while I was drinking my Izzy.
And he's just like, oh, how's my favorite daughter? And she's like, oh, I'm your only daughter. And Pizzazz is just like, what the fuck?
Dude,
oh my god.
Cannot comprehend.
Am I having a fever dream? What's going on?
She has like Terminator vision and she just doesn't get it.
2 houses down, Video arrives at her own house, and Video's parents are just kind of hanging out on the porch. Very old-fashioned.
Where's our daughter?
She said she'd be here 5 minutes ago.
She's dead.
Pizzazz thinks they should go over and, hey, it's the neighborly thing to do to go say and hi to Video. Why not?
And, of course, they're going over to be assholes, actually.
Clash's dad actually takes point on this one, which I think at this point Pizzazz would probably consider Buzz more of a father figure than Harvey, where he walks over and he's just like, hey, John, how's it going? Look at all the people that Clash brought with her. When's dinner?
Pizzazz looks at this guy and he's like, whoa, he is down to clown.
And Video's mom is like, well, there's not much, but...
Come on in.
We'll stretch it.
Oh god, my acid reflux.
Kristen, Clash is, for most of the rest of this episode, I think, wearing like a pink tuxedo thing.
I love it.
That I really like. Is legitimately one of my favorite outfits in the series.
She looks dapper and evil.
Yes, she does. Video is kind of like going close to Clash and the Misfits. I think she's talking to Clash, but Pizzazz is the one who responds, where she just goes, "You don't cause any trouble in my house." And again, we get the same thing that happened last episode, Kristen, of Pizzazz this time going, "The Misfits cause trouble." Ooh!
And we fade out before Pizzazz goes, "Of course we'll do that."
Because everybody's eating, somebody burps, probably Pizzazz. Mm-hmm. And Video's mom is just kind of like, wow, you guys can really put it away, huh?
Your name's Pizzazz, should be pizzas.
There goes Thanksgiving this year. Sorry, Vivian.
And somehow Clash gets this idea of watching home movies. For the second time in this episode, we're going to watch some more home movies.
So somebody else breaks out a different projector and they watch different home movies.
God, the 80s were so complicated.
And yeah, I don't know why, not necessarily I don't know why they listen to Clash, but... Mm-hmm. I think it's just one of those things where it's automatically, Clash is just like, oh, let's watch home movies so everybody can see what I was like. And then Clash's dad is just like, yeah, let's look at Clash so the Misfits can see how Clash has always been born to be a misfit, and she's totally in the band.
Mm-hmm. I guess Video's family is just too passive to be like, please get out of the house.
Well, it takes a lot.
Yes, it does.
We see in the home movies here, Clash on the day she came home from the hospital. Kristen, in the Gem Bible, it says that Clash and Video were born on the same day, hours apart, at the same hospital.
Nope. Not according to Roger Slifer.
According to Roger Slifer, Video is at least 2 years older than Clash, which, again, not that egregious, pretty minor characters. One thing I also wanted to notice, Clash doesn't have a mom around. We only see Clash's dad. And I believe on rockgem.com, when I read about this, it's noted that, Christy Marks' comment as to why Clash doesn't have a mom is she's a minor character.
Yep, that makes sense. I think that's a better explanation than trying to be like, she died in childbirth. See, that's dark, isn't it?
Kristen, we have Clash as a living nightmare.
Yeah! She ripped out of her stomach like an alien. I'm here!
Oh no, God. But as 2-year-old Video walks in the room here, Clash grabs at her hair, and everybody laughs. It's like, oh ho ho, Clash was always one to grab attention.
And hair.
And Video's dad is just like, well, reminds me a lot of her father.
He grabbed my hair so much.
Good daddy, another beer. We also see that Clash had purple hair as a child, which, what happened to the pink and teal hair? What was going on with that?
She's switching it up.
We go down, it is now Video's 10th birthday in the home movies, and where she got her first camera, and Video's just like, Dad, you've always been an inspiration to me doing home movies, and you gave me a camera, and that's really nice, even though I dropped it 2 seconds later, because guess who else got something on their birthday?
Ooh, Clash got some symbols!
Clash got some symbols. Not the little symbols on her wrists, which she actually uses in this episode, which might be the first time she's used them since...
She has an announcement.
Censor debut, maybe?
And she used them in Last Resorts. To cause an avalanche. Of course, that's the primary function of symbols, causing avalanches.
But yes, Clash banging these symbols together makes Video drop her camera, and it breaks on the ground.
Great. Yeah, the only way Clash knew how to get attention was to hurt people, because she's not talented.
Video says that out loud, which probably should have kept that one to herself.
You think she would know?
Because she gets a hair full of popcorn, courtesy of Clash.
So, by now, everyone all just kind of starts to rumble before it's like, okay, you guys all gotta go!
Well, what happens is, it's actually, I think, Video, turns around to, jump at Clash, maybe, but Jetta grabs the leg of Video's chair and, yanks it. So, Video falls on her face, and the Misfits start laughing, and then Video's dad is just like, I think it's time that you left!
Please!
One thing I'd like to mention at this point, Kristen. Pizzazz has a sweater on that is red, and it's got a zebra pattern across the middle, and she's wearing, a button-up green shirt under it, so it looks like she's ready for Christmas!
Nice! Jingle bells.
Jingle zazz.
Jingle zazz.
As they leave, Clash's dad also comments that, some things never change. I guess Video's never gonna be ahead of Clash. And then Video's dad is just like, I should have popped him one, right in the kisser.
How do you punch? Explain that to me, and then I'll do it.
He does the old-timey boxer.
Oscillating arms
fist thing. Put him up. And Video comments on this no, violence never solves anything, because we got to put that in there for the children.
Thanks, Video.
And Video promises that her present will be enough to make up for the years of abuse that her dad suffered at the hands of Uncle Buzz.
My present will fix your abuse. More you know.
Make a video for your dad.
Cure all of his problems.
We're back at Starlight Mansion. Kimber is still sulking. She is in bed. Jerrica arrives, and the way that I think the conversation flows kind of awkwardly here, because it's just like, Kimber, we need to talk. By the way, how you doing with that thing that I didn't come in here to talk to you about? That thing that you should be writing for video? That song that you should be writing that Video's going to play over her film?
I'm not writing it!
Jerrica basically, Kimber doesn't want to write it. Jerrica basically is trying to guilt Kimber into doing it. We promised Video, and Kimber's like, I didn't. Fuck you.
That's true, she didn't.
She didn't.
What, is she, a music writing machine?
She had her fingers crossed, doesn't count.
Yeah, like this.
Kimber claims that she just isn't inspired and that she'll never write the song. Never! Which is totally what someone who is devoid of inspiration would say.
Yep.
And doesn't have emotional investment regarding this topic at all.
Not at all. Segment 1 ends, and Kimber's never gonna write the song ever.
Segment 2 starts here. The holograms all head out in the Rockin' Roadster to a surprise place for Kimber. Jerrica is currently driving. Both of the times that there is driving in this episode, I believe it is Jerrica. Which, what are you doing to Aja, Roger Slifer?
Yeah, he doesn't care. He also tried to murder her in Last Resort, so...
Tried to snap her spine.
Yeah, he tried to cut her in half.
Shayna says to lighten up as well, and there's instrumentation of I'm Okay playing in the background.
Awesome.
We cut back to Mulberry. Video is filming kids and their dads hanging out, having fun, just, tossing...
No moms to be seen.
No moms to... Only dad time.
Only dads. Only dads now.
They're just like, I'd rather be watching sports. Let's all go watch sports.
I'll film you guys watching sports.
A kid asks what this is for to Video, and her response is, oh, it's a secret!
What the hell do you think it's for?
It's for a film.
For Father's Day, maybe? Assholes?
Just gotta pop it over to my boy editor, who's gonna handle all of this and have it all complete by the end of the day.
Perfect, yep.
Fuck. Nobody thinks about editing, Kristen.
I know it upsets you a lot, Joe.
And here we have the Misfits are driving, and Pizzazz is just like, you know what, fuck Mulberry, let's get out of here.
And you get song number 2, Let's Blow This Town.
Which we will play for you right now.
Let's blow this town that's up and split. I've had enough of it. Enough of it. Let's blow this town that's disappear. I've had it up to here. With this two-bit boring bad news bird filled with nothing to do. Not a soul in the street that I'd like to meet, and I'm getting tired of you. Yes, you. Let's blow this town that's up and split. I've had enough of it. Let's blow this town to disappear. I've had it up to here. This place is getting to me. It's really bringing me down. I'm so turned off and being bored. I'm nearly out of my gourd. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's blow this town that's up and split. I've had enough of it. Enough of it. Let's blow this town that's disappear. I've had it up to here. Let's blow this town.
This thing kind of comes in and out as if Roger Slifer didn't know that there needs to be 3 songs in an episode.
I like this song a lot, Kristen. The animation quality, for some reason, is bumped up to an insane degree, almost.
Oh yeah, this is one of the best animated songs so far.
And it's the segment just started, and it just happens. We are not 45 seconds into segment 2, where it's just like, boom, song number 2 of the evening, let's blow this town. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, Pizzazz...
We need a Misfits song.
Pizzazz didn't show any inkling of just like, it's boring, let's leave. It's like, because the last thing as they were, it was her laughing at Video, which I think she would relish.
She was having a grand old time.
She would relish the opportunity to do that again, but no, let's blow this town, let's up and split. I've had enough of it.
Pizzazz is singing again also.
Oh yeah, that's, again, indicative of a good Misfits song.
Uh-huh.
If Pizzazz is actually trying. So she steals a drink from, we see that there's like a couple, and they pull out just a generic orange soda with like a white stripe on it, like a white S pattern, like wave stripe. I don't know what to use the proper terminology for that graphic design.
I don't know. It's a soda.
It's a soda. And Pizzazz she's grabbing the fucking ring on the carousel, just like threads the needle and gets like right in there without
Yoink!
even grabs it, drinks it, and then litters. And then we get a transition from the littered can turning into a bowling ball, which Mulberry must be a pretty nice place if it has both a billiard hall and a bowling alley. Nice enough, at least, right?
The general area that we live in has a bowling alley.
And it's nice enough.
I feel like Mulberry is like a suburb of California,
Yeah.
like near Los Angeles. Maybe it's further because they do need to take a plane there later.
Well, we don't know how far Christie's ranch is,
No,
though.
we don't. God, I hate this.
Can somebody tell me how California's terraformed? So whatever.
We're from Pennsylvania. We don't get it.
The bowling ball strikes, and we see that it's some woman in short shorts, where Pizzazz walks over and, like, shoves her away. And Pizzazz is just like, I'll show you how to do bowling in heels, no less.
Oh, yeah.
And then she falls on it. She fucking spills and falls on her ass and throws the ball in such a fashion that it slams into the lane and breaks the wood. There's a lot of destruction in this song. A lot of minor destruction.
Misdemeanors.
Misdemeanor destruction. And also, Pizzazz still gets a strike even after
Isn't this also a bad bowling alley? Because I have seen some children throw some bowling balls pretty badly, and they haven't split the lane clean open.
It reminds me of the bowling alley from Rocko's Modern Life in the episode where Ed Bighead needs one pin, and he destroys the entire bowling alley by mistake.
There you go. That's it exactly.
The bowling ball comes out of the ball return thing, and it turns into a billiard ball that's not necessarily the cue ball, I don't think, because it's still got, like, the soda can pattern on it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if it's not white, then Pizzazz shouldn't be shooting it.
I think that's why, so she breaks, and one of the balls doesn't go into the pocket, and this incenses Pizzazz to such a degree that she breaks the pool cue over her knee, which, again, there must be a lot of shitty wood in Mulberry or something.
Yeah, and if this were Buffy the Vampire Slayer, she would immediately use that pool cue to kill a vampire.
Improvised weaponry. Love it.
I like to imagine Pizzazz excels at improvised weaponry.
Pizzazz then walks over to some other guy playing pool and, like, gets behind him in such a way to, like, push his cue that it, like, tears the felt on the top of the pool table.
Bad felt in Mulberry, too.
Bad everything. Maybe Pizzazz is just like, every time I slam a door, it breaks. I need to leave.
I hate this place. It's made of glass.
They get back in the car, and that's basically the end of the song, just let's blow this town, and then Clash is just like, no, don't leave! And then they get distracted and they don't leave.
So, that song was for nothing, but good.
A good song. Served no purpose, because we joined the conversation basically back in progress, where all of that could have just been Pizzazz thinking it was, I don't know what's going on. Maybe we were seeing what Pizzazz was doing throughout the day before they left.
Because again, they were driving a car that they didn't bring this entire song.
It's Clash's pukey green convertible. It's not the same one, right?
I thought it was a red car.
Yeah, they're driving Clash's pukey green convertible that I guess they got back.
I guess. Or they stole the Wreck and Roaster again. Clash brought it with her. She's like, Zoom, look what I have.
I turned it into a completely different car.
They'll never know.
So the distraction that keeps Pizzazz from leaving Mulberry is Video, talking to all the people. And Video is currently reveling in her celebrity a little bit, I think, here. Where
she's being a little bit of a dick.
When we get back to Video, she's just like, yes, that's right, I know Jem, but I don't know her identity.
So please don't ask me.
Anyway, and someone's just like, we didn't ask.
Video, stop being a showboater.
And she's like, can I please get back to filming? And then one of the people from Mulberry is just like, well, this is what happens when you got an honest-to-goodness celebrity at Mulberry. We gotta ask questions that are gonna annoy the shit out of you.
And you know what, Joe?
What?
Clash does not like Video being called a celebrity.
So, Clash's idea of stealing the spot... Okay, so, one thing Clash says is true here. The other, obviously, the lie. That's the sticking point for Video, but if she was just like... Because they pull up, Clash bangs her cymbals and goes, Video's a fraud! She doesn't know Gem Hologram. I know the Misfits, and they're right here.
They're literally standing right behind me, which is true.
If Clash just went, you think that's impressive? I've got the Misfits!
Here, live and in person, fully clothed.
They weren't fully clothed for a while, but we fixed that. Don't worry about it.
We're good. The children can stay.
So all of the crowd basically go over and they're like, oh, the Misfits, oh goodness, that's crazy, oh my goodness. And some very southern woman, Kristen, walks over and is like, I love you, Pizzazz, could you sign, and I don't got no paper, could you sign on my body?
We didn't get our auto paper from town.
Oh, I do declare.
I was gonna follow it up with that.
And
bless your heart.
And Pizzazz is just like, oh, you want my signature? Sure. So she signs her forearm with an exclamation point at the end of it.
I like that that's consistent with Pizzazz.
And I just wish she signed to pizzas. And the woman looked at her like, what's this?
Close enough.
And a kid walks over and she's like, Video, take a picture of me with Clash and the Misfits. And Video's like, I have a video camera here. I don't have a...
Dumb kid.
I don't got a goddamn Polaroid camera.
So, yeah, against her will, basically, they start forcing Video to film Clash and the Misfits.
Clash and Video's respective fathers are out just walking, I guess. I mean, it's implied that they're brothers, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
I would think, yeah, because Video and Clash are cousins.
They could be related by marriage, but we don't know because they're minor characters.
And because the mother got blonde hair.
Yeah.
Well, both of them have, like, reddish hair. Video's dad goes, I think Clash owes Video an apology. And Clash's dad is just like, don't you remember being young? They're just being kids!
I was a dick to you all the time and you loved
it! You still love it, you jerk ass!
Punch, punch, punch.
You're actually hitting me, stop. They run into the crowd as well, and Clash's dad reads the situation as basically, Video being like, oh, look, even Video's coming around to Clash. Now she can learn to appreciate my lovely purple-haired daughter as well.
Clash and the Misfits are the best.
And Clash's dad comes over and he's like, Video, why don't you get a nice picture of me and my daughter?
It's a video camera!
And she yells that very loudly, and she's just like, no, I'm done. Fuck it. I'm not going to take a picture of my family members. I'm out of here.
Clash says Video can't compete with real stars.
Video's angry, so angry, as her dad comes over and is just like, don't let them get to you. And she's just like, I just hate it.
These people are so stupid that they believe Clash's lies, is basically what she says.
That's what it boils down to. And the Southern woman even comes... The Southern woman even comes over and is just like, you know...
Video, you didn't have to lie.
We like you fine as you is. You didn't need to say you were friends with Jim.
Southern lady's basically like, it's fine, Video. A bumblebee is faster than a John Deere tractor.
And Video's like, okay.
Sure, who are you?
I'm the Southern woman that every town has.
Absolutely.
So this basically makes Video like, alright, no, fuck it. Everybody, big announcement tonight at the Father's Day banquet. There will be a song performed by Gem and the Holograms dedicated to my father.
My dad, who I love.
I love him so much.
Fuck you, Clash.
Pizzazz, again, is just like Gem and the sing-alongs, and I was just starting to like this place.
This is a pattern for Roger Slifer, because if you'll remember, in Last Resorts, Pizzazz calls them Little Miss Pink Hair and the sing-alongs, which is a line that made it into the Gem movie.
Really? Well, you know what, Kristen? I think we're starting to learn writer tendencies, I guess.
Writer colloquialisms.
We've learned that Beanpole is something that is almost exclusively trademarked by...
Marv Wolfman.
Marv Wolfman, that is correct. Rick Merwin likes impossible things happening, like Kimber falling, threading the needle through a thing, and Aja jumping up backwards, hitting a tire thing somehow and knocking it all over.
Between Father's Day and the day the music died, Roger Slifer loves dead parent drama.
Boy, does he!
Woo!
Jerrica and co. have driven out to Christie's stables. Kristen, this is clearly an in-joke by Roger Slifer about Christy Marks.
Yep.
Even though she doesn't really look or sound like Christy Marks.
Nope.
Kimber does not want to be here. Take me home. I want to go home. I don't want to be here. And then Christy comes out and is just like, hey, it's Kimber. I'm the same Southern woman.
First, Aja called Kimber a crybaby, which is a mean thing to do, ice cold. They literally have to, like, drag her out of the car.
Christy arrives at this point again. She is a Southern woman. And she's just like, Kimber, why are you crying so much? I got Lucky here. And Kimber's like, Lucky.
I'm Southern because I have horses.
Christy also, when she walks out, refers to, it's like, oh, if it's not the Benton sisters. Jerrica and Kimber and not the Benton sisters.
Whoever the hell y'all are.
Just the way that she started saying it, it made it sound like she was going to add in Aja and Shayna, and somebody had to be like, they're not part of the family.
They have their own last names, even though they're sisters.
Kimber is surprised that Lucky is still here, so they go out, and it's just like, oh, yeah, Lucky, great, let's ride.
I'm picking up some flack from other episodes here. The only time Kimber acts like a normal person in this episode is when she's talking to an animal. Then she talks to Jerrica later, and she's like, I'm fine!
So they go out and ride, and Jerrica, and, you know, this takes like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And Jerrica's just like, well, how did that make you feel better?
We've been riding for 10 seconds, are you better yet?
You gonna write the song? How about writing the song?
Because we need to leave, like, soon.
It's tonight, and really enjoy it.
We're a plane ride away from Mulberry currently. Please write the song we're going to perform tonight.
Kimber is very clearly crying, because again, it's just like, I thought this would bring back good memories of Dad and the time. She's like, I don't want to hear about Father anymore. And she rides off and rides directly towards a cliff. What was she trying to do here, Kristen?
Thelma and Louise, but on a horse.
She grabs her hand with her own hand, and then they ride off the cliff.
to the tune of Telephone by Lady Gaga and Beyonce.
And then she slides in from the screen and goes, let's do the Scooby-Doo ending.
Perfect.
And she gets launched from the horse, Kristen.
Lucky's a bad horse.
Well, Kimber's a bad rider for trying to make Lucky go over a cliff.
That's true, too.
Thankfully, the horse had a mind of its own to be like, no!
Not today, Death!
He saw a vision of pizzazz and was just like, oh, no!
I can't go back there! The joke is that the horse has been dead before. I don't know why.
Would you say it's beating a dead horse, Kristen?
So Harvey Gabor is there.
Harvey Gabor. Well, about those Arabian purebreds or whatever the fuck he was doing is just, riding
Foreshadowing.
riding with some guy, and he hears Kimber getting thrown from the horse, or like them running over. By the way, segment 2 just ended.
Yeah.
My terrible joke made us skip over the end of segment 2, where they all run over to Kimber. Segment 3 starts, Harvey Gabor is here, and he runs over, and he doesn't tell the person he was riding with. He tells Aja, Doc Martin is at the stables, go to him.
Go get this girl for some shoes.
I think that's a joke, too, about comic book nomenclature or something Doc Martin is a reference to.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know the shoes.
Again, according to rockjump.com.
Our sponsor.
He advises that they all stay calm, because Doc Martin will handle it from here.
Don't move Kimber. Her head is full of blood.
As I move Kimber and prop up her head with my jacket.
Here we go.
Really quick. Just right...
Don't let her get up and start doing jumping jacks.
Her head will fall off.
Look, you see how it's severed completely except in one little section, like nearly headless neck? That's basically what happened to Kimber.
And then Aja's just like, I love John Cleese.
It's okay, Doc Martin will fix it.
So he cut to video who was calling Starlight Mansion and Kristen. Kristen! Kristen!
It's Mrs. Bailey!
It's the kitchen wench!
Yeah! Did you notice that, in the Gem movie, their caretaker, Molly Ringwald,
Is Mrs. Bailey?
is Aunt Bailey.
Aunt Bailey.
Uh-huh.
So you caught a lot more of the references then.
Oh, there were a shitload.
We'll get to it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to
We
it.
will get to it. Video also knows Mrs. Bailey's name.
Yeah. I mean, she hung out at Starlight Mansion, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's just nice that they're acknowledging it, because for a very long time, we didn't know her name.
Yeah, it was just kitchen wench. So would this be the first time that her name showed up, maybe? I
Oh,
don't
no,
know.
definitely not.
I don't know, doesn't matter, whatever. So she asks if, Gem or the hologram are around, and she's like, Gem, I don't know where she is, but the hologram are all out with Jerrica, because they said they'd go riding. I don't know what they were talking about.
And Video was like, why the fuck are they going riding?
They should be writing my song. Do you mean writing?
Yeah, are you sure you didn't mishear them?
And it was like, that's it, goodbye kitchen wench, we'll see you in probably 10, 15 episodes or
Yep,
so.
at some point.
Kimber wakes up.
Her head is stitched back on.
She seems okay at this point. She's got a Frankenstein neck now, but that's, that's par for the course.
Peg leg, no skin, Frankenstein neck.
She's got the Aldo Rain attempted lynching scar.
Perfect.
They're in the ranch house now, because the first thing Kimber asks is, oh, where am I?
Oh, Dad?
Oh, no, he's dead. Oh, that's what I meant, dead.
Yeah.
I'm not dead.
Yes. Same thing.
The doctor says at this point that they're lucky that Harvey Gabor was here because he took charge of the situation, and Kimber is immediately like, Gabor, wait a minute. I saw your name on a building.
Like a couple.
Oh, wait a minute, you're Pizzazz's dad.
And he goes, Pizzazz. Oh, Phyllis!
Phyllis, right. No, yeah. Why'd you choose Pizzazz?
Shayna says that Pizzazz has been a huge pain in their asses, and Harvey immediately takes out his wallet and he's like, I can pay for damage.
He's heard this before, Kristen.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's just like anything concerning his daughter, he probably already has a hand on his wallet. Just,
He has a Pizzazz fund. A Pizzazz budget.
I'm just, sets it aside every year. Hey, honey, your Christmas present is you can do $40 million of damage, and I got you.
Mm-hmm. And Jerrica's like, okay, no, don't do that. This feels illegal.
It's not your fault. And then he goes, well, you know what? Maybe it is my fault. Because, Kristen, time for some backstory.
Give me Pizzazz's backstory.
I spoiled Phyllis because when her mother left, I didn't know what else to do. I feel as though when it happened, when her mother walked out on us, she resented the world. She never got over the loss of a parent. And Kimber is Kimber crying?
Thanks, Rod Sterling.
Kimber crying at this point, too?
At some point she does. She's like, oh, Pizzazz's mom left? My dad died. That's kind of the same.
Well, when it gets down to the thing of Harvey saying that Pizzazz never learned to accept the loss of a parent, Kimber's like, it is difficult. And she cries into his chest.
Yeah, this is where things get a little bit weird. There are two big instances of Harvey and Kimber getting a little bit too touchy-feely. And I don't know why they needed to be there. Like, maybe this one time, okay. A dad.
Yeah.
Hug the dad.
Yeah. And
he's sad too.
Again, it's dad is sad about daughter. Daughter is sad about dad. Not the respective of each other, but again, it crosses paths and they have a mutual sympathetic whatever where they can cry on each other or
they
something.
feel each other. So it's like, I can use you as something to reflect my emotions upon. Let's do this. And then they come in for a hug, and it's fine. Though Kimber kind of like rests her head on him, like, oh.
No, she like dives into him pretty much. He's still sitting up. He's just like, oh shit, probably.
Yeah, like, well, this jacket is suede, so get the hell off of me.
And Kimber goes, Jerrica, I think I'm ready to write the song.
And instead of them leaving and Kimber writing the song on the go, they stay there.
And Kimber, did you notice, Kristen, Kimber has a Zuba's pen.
Great!
One that matches a Zuba's jacket.
Perfect.
And she's just like, I'm done, I wrote the song. And Jerrica's just like, too late, sorry.
Jerrica doesn't seem nearly upset about it as she should be as the person who made the promise to video. She's like, I'm sorry, Kimber, it's too late, we can't.
And Ray is just like, there's no more flights out, sorry.
And they need to take a plane, I guess. So Harvey says that he needs to go make a call. And Jerrica, who had apparently heard Pizzazz say things like this at some point, said that, maybe Pizzazz was right about him and all he ever thinks about is business.
And we have another situation here where we pan to Harvey in the next room on the phone, and his hair is brown in the faraway shot.
Great.
Because they don't feel like coloring his hair. Again, maybe he's got camera proximity grayness.
Who knows?
Who knows, whatever. But he's calling into American Aviation to call his friend Hugh, who's just, it's just like, Harvey, how you doing? You're my favorite customer. Oh, hi, doggy.
Perfect. So yeah, he has to borrow the Concorde jet.
A Concorde jet, yes.
And it turns out, it's not that Harvey is all business, it's that he will only do nice things for people that aren't his daughter.
Well, they really needed it because it meant a lot to them. So we cut to the Father's Day banquet at this point, and the Misfits are all having fun, drinking punch. Video and her parents arrive, and Clash is just like, where's your friend Jem, Video?
And the crowd starts to turn on Video.
It happens very quickly.
Oh yeah, they get pissed really fast. They are all starfuckers too.
The entire town of Mulberry are all starfuckers.
Uh-huh.
And they're getting like, you promised Jem, where is she? And then the organizer, I'm assuming, goes up to Video and is just like, Vivian Montgomery, I had to cancel the other band because you said Jem was going to be here, and now we don't got any music at all, and the Father's Day banquet is ruined!
Oh, God forbid, it's as though there will never be another Father's Day.
For some reason, when I said ruined, I felt like I dislocated my jaw for a second.
Do you need to pop it, or are you good now?
I think I'm good.
Jesus. That's what we get, we're actors.
So again, we're in the same room, we need to act for each other.
Yeah.
Clash's dad suggests, well, Clash, you're in a band. Why don't you play with your band? And Pizzazz is just like, what? She's like, what? She's like,
Clash, what band are you in? Clash, what band are you in? Clash, what band are you in?
Jenna even goes, what are you doing? What are you imitating your flying yank?
What? I'm sorry, can you repeat that, Jenna?
And Roxy's just like, I spiked the punch.
She's slamming like nuts.
She's even less coherent than usual.
Ah!
So, as it turns out, Clash is just like, well, I told him I was part of the Misfits. And the Misfits laugh in Clash's face.
This is one of the only times you ever see, a genuinely horrible thing happening to Clash, and you kind of can't help but feel bad for her.
As horrible as Clash is, the Misfits are that much worse.
They're terrible to her.
Even Stormer laughs in her face.
Yeah, so Clash is like, no, please. Can't you just, for tonight, one night, can I be a Misfit for tonight?
And Pizzazz's response to that is, honey, you are not made a misfit. You are born a misfit. And then Clash is like, but what about Jenna? And Jenna's face down in the punch. And it's like...
Jenna flips her the middle finger from the punch, and you hear underneath the bubbles that...
And then it's just like, well, there you go, there's your answer. And basically they just laugh some more, and the rest of the people of Mulberry are just like, well, I think... I don't know why I'm doing the Harvey Gabor voice for the people of Mulberry. Well, you know what? I think the Misfits are just a bunch of rowdies. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Father's Day is ruined twice.
But then they basically start filtering out, but then there's a big rumble. I'm assuming the Concorde fucking sonic boomed over the...
a couple of houses get blown away.
Chris, I'm pretty sure... I didn't look that far into this. I think the Concorde might be illegal for commercial use in the United States.
Well, gosh.
Even though this isn't commercial use, it might be illegal for personal use. I don't know. The Concorde might be illegal to use in the United States.
Harvey Gabor is rich, it doesn't matter.
I will cut this out if it is not correct. I don't know. Because I want to be right.
Mm-hmm.
So the Concorde just lands, Kristen. It lands...
on top of the banquet hall.
On a... crashes into the banquet hall. And then the door opens and she's like, we're here!
Everyone comes down the emergency slide. Whee!
But it's just on a dirt road outside, and everybody's just like, wow, it's Jem! What an entrance! Whoa! Kristen, When did Jerrica turn into Jem?
I am making a befuddled, shrugging motion. Because gosh, if I know.
I'd like to assume that it was on the plane, in direct sightline of Harvey Gabor.
She makes direct eye contact with him, unblinking, hey Harvey Gabor, Showtime synergy. And he has to just live with that secret.
And he's just like, who the hell was that woman?
What happened? He doesn't know who Jem is.
That's what I'm assuming. Is he wasn't paying attention, and he just...
Where'd the blonde one go?
I'm sure it's just like, wasn't there a blonde woman with you? And Jem's just like, oh no, I have pink hair. Oh, that's you. Oh, excuse me.
Of course, your hair, it's longer than I remember.
I'm sorry for getting that wrong. Would you like $50,000?
Yes, please.
Oh, the Misfits file out at this point too, and Clash is so angry that Video upstaged her again. And Jet is like, whose plane is this you? Where's the punch? And...
I'm dead. Someone resuscitate me.
Where'd everybody go?
It's dark.
Where's my saxophone?
Oh, I'm so lonely.
She asks whose plane this could be, and at this moment, from the flooded light, we have, for some reason, the holograms can't make an entrance that's just them being like, yeah, we're the holograms. Kimber has to walk out hanging off of Harvey Gabor's arm, basically.
Like she's coming to meet, she's coming out like, hey Pizzazz, I'm your new stepmom.
Kristen, when Pizzazz sees this, it just, your monitor breaks when it happens and lava starts flooding out of it to simulate half of the anger that Pizzazz is feeling.
Yeah, this is one of those few times where we're like, yo, Pizzazz's anger is very justified here.
Pizzazz walks through the crowd with, like, hands on her hips, just like, what the fuck?
Kimber says to Harvey, like, try talking to Pizzazz, maybe it's not hopeless.
And Shayna, under her breath, arms crossed, is just like, it's damn hopeless, essentially.
So, yeah, unfortunately, this, for Pizzazz, this interaction does not go well. She is like, so you fucking kidding me? You don't have time to spend Father's Day with me, but you're here with Kimber.
What are you doing fraternizing with the enemy? And Harvey Gabor, instead of explaining the situation, he has some pizzazz in him.
Yes, he does.
Completely disregards the point and is just like, I don't have to explain myself to you. I'm an adult, damn it. Wait a minute. You're not my father. What the hell?
I'm your father. I'm the dad. Me.
Bender. Pizzazz runs away, and Harvey's just like, I give up, you're impossible! And Shayna, like, puts her hand on Harvey's shoulder, just like, I'm sorry, I jinxed it, sorry.
Oops, I was just supposed to be a sick bird. I was kind of hoping you guys would, mend things.
And then we have an awkward fade to black, because...
How do we transition this?
Sorry for the parental drama, it's time for something else, where...
We skipped several awkward moments of everyone being like, what do we do? What do we do?
So we fade back in here, and Jem is basically greeting the crowd like, wow, that was awkward. Hi, I'm Jem. And,
yeah, Jim!
No, not Jim. You're thinking, never mind. I'm here, I'm wearing a different outfit now because I apparently had enough time to change, but, hey, it's time that we have a song here that we're going to dedicate to Video's father. That's who, yes, Father's Day, everybody. Video's...
You mean Mr. Montgomery?
Jim?
What?
This song goes out to Dad.
Dad!
Song number 3 of the evening, You're Always in My Heart, which actually, Kristen, before that even, Kimber has a picture of Emmett Benton now taped to her keyboard.
I'm a really sad person.
And she goes, this one's for you, Dad. This song goes out to Dad.
This song goes out to Dad, and then she boops the dad picture's nose.
Song number 3, You're Always in My Heart. Kimber is wearing her collar cape again, Kristen, I noticed.
Not a fan.
There's a lot of, if you notice, with Emmett Benton...
Repetition of lyrics?
Not just that. Emmett and Kimber are playing with kites a lot. And apparently, according to a lot of the archival footage, I guess that must be Kimber's favorite pastime or something.
I love kites! God, the 80s were boring.
Looking out the window, all forlorn, there's birds flying by. People are... I don't know where she's looking out this window, because it's where Starlight Music would... show or anything like that, I don't know.
Where are birds in California, please? And again, do not want a second to go past any further than this, where I don't mention every single lyric in the song is followed up with, You'll Always Be in My Heart, over and over.
Apparently Roger Slifer likes the song a lot, probably because of the themes involved. And Kristen, I know you said before I went back and looked at, again, Roger Slifer's IMDb as you were, the day the music died and stuff. Riot's Hope as well, another very parental...
I forgot that's what that episode was.
Roger Slifer loves him some parental drama.
Mm-hmm.
Let that be established. This song especially got a lot of that. We see Harvey Gabor, again, parental drama. He's having an Imagine spot of himself teaching Pizzazz, not even how to ride a bike, she's just on like a trike. And then there's like their hands slipping out of each other, and it's just symbolic.
Oh man, Harvey's a way better dad than Riot's dad, so it's really, things could be worse.
He looks across the room, Pizzazz is there, and she looks at him, and she kind of turns away and has like a who farted kind of face, no, don't wanna deal with you anymore, buddy. And then they go through the seasons allegory thing of it's spring and they're children and they're walking with a young Emmett Benton, and then they're like 8ish and they're walking with Emmett Benton, and it's summer, and then it's fall and they're in like their later teens, I guess, walking with Emmett Benton, kind of closer to him, kind of like helping him along. We don't establish what Emmett Benton was killed by, do we?
I have always assumed cancer, but I don't think they ever say so.
Radioactive computer.
That could
His
also
working
be
on
it.
Synergy killed him.
And so Jem will follow in his footsteps in that regard.
Die of radiation poisoning.
Yeah, also all of these seasons passing are because the quote-unquote camera passes behind a tree.
Yeah, so good transition there. And of course, winter, it's only Jerrica and Kimber at that point, and they look at each other's eyes and then they hug each other.
And then they look at the camera and go, do you get it?
Do you get it?
It's the winter of his life because he's dead!
Everyone cheers at the end of the song, even Clash, who stands up and is like, yeah, I got a dad still and you don't. And the episode ends with Kimber kind of running her hand on the picture of Emmett Benton. Face off, and she does the face off hand motion to his picture. And that's the end of the episode, Kristen. That's Father's Day.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of Father's Day?
I like Father's Day. It's just that amount of, like, chaotic neutral action going on the entire time that makes me like, ooh, I love when dumb bullshit happens for no reason.
This is one of those things, too, I believe I read, where one of the first instances where the holograms don't factor into the Misfits' plans, but they show up anyway.
Yep. It's like, oh, you were here too.
I mean, you gotta expect they're hanging out with Clash, and Video and Clash are directly related, so it's possible that they're gonna run into the holograms, but they probably didn't expect them to come in on a goddamn jet.
I mean, the contrivances with Last Resorts were crazier.
Yes, they were more crazy.
Eric Raymond wants to buy this mountain. You're on this mountain!
Gem and the holograms are going to the mountain because they want to ski. Wait a minute, there's probably a million mountains, and were they skiing in California, Kristen?
Probably not.
Is there skiing? Did they go all the way to Colorado for that one?
I know Northern California is a lot colder
Maybe they did.
than the other parts of California,
Huh.
but again, we're from the East Coast.
Who gives a shit?
We've
too?
never been to California. We don't know.
They may as well for fucking Aztec Enchantment. I'll probably be like, are they in California?
Who knows? At the Shangri-La episode, is this California?
Oh yeah, Shangri-La, California. Very important, very oriental part of California.
Why does that sound like something that could actually exist?
No, man, it's the Shangri-La in California. It's a great underground club.
Oh, yeah.
But I think Father's Day's fine. Father's Day's a fine episode. It's not much to
Decent holiday.
Decent holiday, yeah.
Solid B plus holiday.
No Christmas episode, may as well have a Father's Day episode.
Might as well.
Well, now's the point in the evening where we'll list off all of the fun contact things, or you can reach us. You can find us on the Twitter machine at CWTAPod. You can follow me at Octopus, that is AWKTAPUS.
You can follow me at FunnyGirlTM, like trademark.
You can find us on the iTunes, on the SoundCloud, on the Stitcher Radio. Leave a rating, give a review. You can also reach us, drop us a line, cwtapod@gmail.com, where you can tell us about how to procure a Concorde for a flight to the middle of goddamn nowhere, or how to properly ride a horse while grieving.
Important life skills, both of those things.
Next week, Kristen, we have finally come off the great high. We have reached the top point, I guess, in this roller coaster analogy of the build-up. No, not necessarily, because then we just got all the... Now we're going back up at this point, because we got a bunch of bullshit in Season 2, the first of which is the treasure hunt next week. I'm not a fan of the treasure hunt when we watched it recently. I think there's orphan. It's an orphan plot that's not in two parts, which is...
We get some Ba Nee, she's in, she's out.
Few and far between. Misfits versions of orphans, too.
Yep. This weird plot that never really comes up again. Just let us be like two ships passing in the night.
What?
We meet, and then we never see each other again.
Right, okay, so we meet these orphans, and we never see them again.
Yep. I'm surprised they don't try the evil orphan angle more often.
They should. I don't even know who writes the next episode. I hope it's someone new, so I could just be like, what the fuck? You ruined
Who
it.
are you? Who came up with this idea? It has to be a regular writer, because Xanthos comes up again.
Yeah, Richard Xanthos. I don't know. Well, yeah, we'll learn about Richard Xanthos, too, the poor man's version of Howard Sands, but...
With the treasure hunt, Ba Nee is on the case.
But yeah, I guess Join us next week for the treasure hunt, so that'll be there. For the Can't We Talk About podcast, my name is Joe.
I'm Kristen.
And again, we will be treasure hunting next week, so please join us.
Invitation to your treasure hunt is in the mail. It's not as snappy.
Little wordy.